All right, hello everybody. My name is John Kohler, and today I'll be doing some juicing demonstrations for you guys here at the Expo West 2019. I want to encourage everybody here who's listening in the sound of my voice to eat more fruits and vegetables is my main message, whether you stay for my entire presentation or not. We want to get away from processed foods. It's very important, and unfortunately most of this exhibit hall, in my opinion, is processed foods, and these are not going to help us build our health. If that's what you truly want. Now, if you want to just, have an excuse to eat junk foods that's called healthy, you guys can certainly do that. I'm not going to tell you guys what you should do with your lives. But, for me, moving towards eating the best and highest quality foods on the planet was really essential for me personally, because I almost lost my life when I was younger. I had spinal meningitis, which was caused by complement immune deficiency, which is basically an autoimmune disease. In layman's terms, and I needed to figure out how to turn that around. So it's been now like 24 years that I've been living on fruit and vegetable dominated, high antioxidants, nutrient-dense diets, and juicing is one of the best things that I like to encourage people to do to get more of these healthy plant foods into them. The reason why I like juicing more than, say, even blending is because the juicing really concentrates nutrition, and in this day and age, when we have, even organically grown food that doesn't have the highest level of nutrients, concentrating the nutrients that are in there to get more vitamins and minerals, and more importantly, the phytochemicals and polyphenols and the zeaxanthins, the luteins, all these different crazy big names that you don't really need to know what they are. You just need to know you guys need to eat more fruits and vegetables, and the juicers allow you to do that, and try that to make healthy living easy with some of the juicers that I'll be demonstrating for you guys today. Now, there's if you're just new into this and you never juiced before, then you might want to get something like this. Is the Shine juicer. I like to call this an entry-level machine. It's quite inexpensive. It's a solid machine. Has a good 3-year warranty. It'll juice most fruits and vegetables. And a matter of fact, I own the Shine juicer, but this is not the one that sits on my counter at home. This is the one that actually sits in my luggage. So when I go on a trip spontaneously, this is sitting in there. It's relatively light. It's really compact. It doesn't take a lot of space. I can travel with it, take it on the plane, even through the carry-on. The TSA allows it because there's no sharp blades. It runs at a low RPM, so it's going to maximize the nutrition in there. And actually, what I normally juice for this is actually celery, which I'll be demonstrating in a little bit. We'll talk about some of the benefits of the celery juice. And then for those of you guys that are not maybe entry level, but you guys are committed to this lifestyle, and maybe you have a health challenge, you want to lose weight, for those of you guys for a lifestyle, you really want to go with something like this, the Green Star Pro. And I also own this machine, and this is the machine that I use when I want to get the maximum amount of nutrition out of my produce. Luckily I have a big garden in my backyard where I have basically unlimited leafy greens to grow and harvest and eat and juice this time of year. So I'm not super concerned about the yield. But if you're buying produce, organic produce, and it's really expensive, you live in South Florida or maybe in the middle of the country, Montana or Missouri, organic produce can cost a lot of money, and by using this machine, you're really going to get the highest yield, which means you're going to get the driest pulp, which means you're going to get the most nutrients in it. Now, aside from the yield, which is really great on the Green Star for things like fruit vegetables and fruit vegetables, blend juice with leafy greens, the other thing about the Green Star Pro is I did a recent test comparing the Green Star Pro to 3 other major brand juicers, juicing cucumbers, straight cucumbers, and I was really surprised on how well the Green Star Pro did compared to the other machines. So like a high-speed machine, it basically oxidized a lot of the phytonutrients, and I saw the color of the juice was really light-colored. I also used single auger machines, a horizontal single auger and a vertical single auger that also runs at a slow RPM, even slower than the Green Star Pro, and that made a nice, decent quality juice. But the juice wasn't as deeply pigmented as with the Green Star Pro that made the most deepest pigmented juice. So it's the deepest, darkest green, and also make the highest quantity of juice. So not only because there's more nutrients because the quantity is more, but also because this machine with its bioceramic and far infrared technology and its twin gears are really grind up the produce efficiently, to let some of the nutrition that's locked in the cell walls out. And as Jay Cordish, formerly known as the juice man, used to say, it's a juice for the fiber that feeds you. And I learned from the juice man when I got into juicing back in 1995, and I've been living a juicing lifestyle ever since. Today, I actually drank sugarcane juice, which is, I juice my own sugarcane juice, and one of the other exhibitors with my hand with a hand crank. But today, you know, we don't live in the Stone Ages anymore. We have electricity. So juicing's super simple. Doesn't have to take that long. We're going to go ahead and first juice in a Shine juicer. Now, celery juice is all the rage. Many of you guys may have known about the medical medium. If you guys haven't, you guys should definitely look up the medical medium. He advocates drinking celery juice in the morning before you eat anything. 16 ounces of celery juice is what he recommends. A lot of people have gotten on the celery juice kick, and I've heard so many testimonials about celery juice. I even started juicing celery juice myself, and I started like last week, June, and when I'm home and I'm not traveling, I can easily maintain that. I like to drink about 16 ounces every day, and you know what, I don't know, is it helping me because I've been doing this for so long? I can say that, you know, here's the thing about juicing, right? If juicing celery or whatever produce item, you know, gets you to eat more of that vegetable than you would otherwise eat, you know, so like, yeah, occasionally I'll put celery in a salad, or I might chop up celery and have a salad of celery. But now, because of juicing, now I can drink literally celery every single day and get the different, you know, electrolytes, the phytochemicals, the phytonutrients, vitamins, and the minerals in here into me. And it's something to be said about, you know, having greens in the morning, you know, that may help stimulate some of your digestion, help digest things and all this kind of stuff. So I'm really a big advocate of celery, and I also grow it in my garden. I hope that one day the industry will provide red celery. So they actually have celery that has red stems. I think it's called candy cane celery. I'm growing it in my garden, but if you don't grow it in your garden, you'll never find the red stem celery unless maybe you find it at a farmer's market. Now the red celery also is a lot stronger tasting than the celery that you guys would find in the store. So anyways, first let's go ahead and use the Shine. This is a super simple, super easy to use. Runs at a low RPM, 3-year warranty. And how I like to do celery is I first just recut the celery into little pieces, about 1/4 inch. This makes your job a lot easier. I encourage you guys actually not to use a pusher when juicing celery, because you could, these celery strings, like they get caught in your teeth, and that's why I've really never been a fan of eating celery myself. These strings can get caught in your teeth. I mean, you can almost use this stuff as like dental floss to like floss your teeth. But yeah, so I never really liked that. But you know, when these strings could clog up the juicer, so we want to chop the celery up. And the benefit of doing that is once you chop the celery up right, you don't have to use the pusher, right? This, in the long run, saves time. And actually, in a video I made recently, juicing celery in like a vertical like this, just dropping it in versus like a twin gear or an auger juicer, whether that's vertical or horizontal. Or sorry, the horizontal machine. It's taking like 30 seconds when juicing like the whole head of celery. I mean, that definitely will save you some time. So this is just automatically just dropping in. I think I've juiced up to like 40 ounces of celery in the Shine juicer without any problems whatsoever. Now this is a slow juicer, right? So some of you guys might own the popular Bravo juicer, which is a high-speed machine, or other high-speed machines that you could buy at like a big box store near you. And I personally don't advocate that style machine. I mean, when I originally learned about juicing from Jake Portage, formerly known as the Juice Man, on the infomercial back in the 1990s, he had that high-speed machine, but that was back in the 1990s, you know, when really they didn't have these technological advances in juicers, much like cars have gotten better over the years, and now we have airbags and traction control, and we even have electric cars, and I don't think they had those in the 1990s. Juicers have gotten better too, and the high-speed machines, you know, people say they tend to heat the juice, and I would say that's not necessarily true. Based on my testing, high-speed machines don't heat the juice. But what they do, in my opinion, even worse than heating a juice, they basically oxidize the juice, and they basically inject oxygen into the juice, which basically lowers the nutrition. And furthermore, you know, those juices don't tend to basically grind up or extract the nutrients, you know, like this machine is really grinding and crushing and squeezing out the juice. The juice is a lot darker in this machine than, say, the high-speed machine. Now, of course, the benefit of the high-speed machine is that it's super fast, but, you know, I want you guys to slow down in your lives. We're all about this fast-paced society. That's why many of the booths here at this expo, you know, are thriving, because people want things fast. They don't want to have to, you know, milk their own cow and make their own milk and make their own ice cream. They just want to buy ice cream in a package that has all these additives that are really, in my opinion, not healthy for us, right? So take time and, you know, make your own food. You know, I take the time to grow my own food and even harvest it and then juice it, so, you know, I know the whole process. But I want you guys to know the process, you know, and furthermore, juicing can save you guys a lot of money, right? If you guys go down and buy a juice in the store that's been pasteurized, which is bad because that lowers nutrition, or HPP, which is better because that keeps more nutrition. Juicing in a store could cost like 5 to 10 times more than if you did it yourself. And furthermore, juice bars, while they're great, they're also very expensive. And so to remove the convenience, take some time to juice, you're going to get a higher quality product. In the end, like me, I have to literally recover from a disease. I want to get every possible advantage I can get from the produce, and you're only going to get that if you literally do it yourself. So as you guys can see, this took no time at all. I went through this whole bowl of celery, and we got the juice there. We'll have somebody here hand out that juice for you guys in just a minute when it's done juicing.
It is good.
And you guys can look at the pulp here. This pulp, this literally is just ground up celery pulp. Now if I squeeze this, I will get some juice out, but the cool thing about the shine is you can just take this pulp back and put a little bit in at a time. Don't cram it in there. And basically what's going to happen is this pulp will basically go back to the machine. The machine will press it out more to get more yield out. Now, the trick with, if you're going to feed back your celery, you do a little bit at a time and do a little bit of celery. And this is where you might have to close the spout if you're only drinking celery only. You're going to want to put a carrot in because the celery pulp is so soft, it doesn't really go through the juicer. It might get stuck, but if you put the celery pulp and then a carrot, celery pulp and a carrot, then the carrot is going to help push that celery out. Now you're going to have carrot celery juice coming out there, but now you're going to get a second pressing on your celery to get more of the nutrition out. And just don't drink the celery carrot in the morning because the medical medium says for celery only. Save that for your second juice of the day, at least a half hour, or later. All right. That's how you can get more nutrients out of your celery there. We'll let that continue to run there. But what I want to do next to be the star of the show here, this is the Green Star Pro machine. And if I had some kind of major health crisis or something and I wanted to get the most nutrition, this machine I would use. I had a talk with somebody here at the show just the other day. They came up to me, John, you're really favoring the pure juicer because I saw your video where you do the Norwalk versus the pure juicer. The pure juicer is basically like the Norwalk that's been improved. And I said, you're right, the pure juicer is better than Norwalk, but I don't work for Pure. I represent many companies that sell all the brand juicers. And he said, is that really the best for the highest nutritional quality? And I had to honestly look him in the face and say, no. I said, I'm here to tell you guys the truth about the different pros and cons of the juices and let you guys decide based on what I know about the machines. And what I know is that I did a test between the Pure, which is like a Norwalk, which is a two-stage, which, since the 1920s, they said, oh, it's the best machine to make the highest quality juice. I did that machine with celery in the Green Star Pro and the Pure. The Pure juicer actually made a higher yield, but in my opinion, the Green Star Pro, based on seeing the juice, tasting the juice, and also technical data testing that I've seen, the Green Star Pro made a higher quality juice in the end. And that's why this is the machine I would choose if I needed to have the highest quality nutrition, bar none. Now this may not make the highest yield as the Pure will, but the nutrition, in my opinion, trumps yield. All right. So today what we're making is we're making my root juice, and normally I have celery juice for breakfast, and then I might wait a half hour or an hour or whenever I get thirsty. And that's another thing I really want to teach you guys is to not eat until you are hungry. Hunger is not felt in the stomach, it's felt in the mouth or the throat, which actually I'm feeling now because I only had 4 cartons of blueberries this morning and some sugarcane juice. But don't think we got to keep cramming in stuff just because it's 8 a.m. and it's breakfast time, or just because it's noon and it's lunchtime. Listen to your internal body clock, which is more important than any clock you'll be wearing on your wrist or that's on your iPhone. All right. So anyway, my next juice that I like to make is actually my root juice, and the reason for that is because I don't eat a lot of beets. I don't eat a lot of carrots because they're so hard. Right? There's a lot of nutrients in the carrots and the beets. The beta carotene in the carrots and beta-lanes in the beets. These are very powerful healing foods. As a matter of fact, the Green Therapy recommends juicing actually carrots and apples for people with cancer. That's because there's different properties in the carrots that are actually anti-cancer. And then with the beets, they've been shown to help athletic performance. Also, help you clean out your blood vessels. And so by juicing them, I can really increase the volume of the beets and the carrots that I wouldn't normally be eating, even me. And so just really simple and easy. Now the Green Star Pro, because there are two twin gears running between each other, it does take a little bit of pressure to push the carrot in there, but I have cut the carrots lengthwise into basically quarters, which is a lot easier to push in than just a big fat diameter carrot, right? So I can push this with like one finger, so it doesn't take a lot. I had a 90-pound girlfriend at one time that she could be able to use this machine without much issue. And if you're having a problem, step on a stool and be a little bit above it instead of below it, and then you're going to get better leverage to push down. But once again, the time it takes you to use the Green Star Pro, I think, is definitely well worth it. Now I have been rotating the carrots and the beets there, but what I want to put in next is a very powerful anti-inflammatory food. It's called ginger, and I like to put the ginger in there because it's a nice tang, and ginger is actually a really nutritious root crop to juice. Normally I would also have turmeric, but I think Whole Foods is out of turmeric, so I couldn't juice that. So I like to juice turmeric, ginger, beets, carrots, and then I like to put in some kind of sweetener. So my sweetener generally is pineapple. I like pineapple because it contains the bromelain enzyme, which Jay Corey said was good for inflammation. Also adds a little bit of sweetness there to help you guys get down the carrots and the beets that may taste a little bit stronger. So as I'm juicing, I'm basically rotating, putting in, carrots, beets, a little bit of pineapple, one after the other, and then followed by a little bit of ginger. And I mean, this is really a nice recipe where the Green Star Pro or the Green Star Elite will shine. I mean, the Green Stars, in my opinion, are the best for juicing the root vegetables, bar none. They really grind up that produce quite well and extract all the valuable phytochemicals. So you guys can see this pulp here. If I hold it out, I can squeeze this pulp in like the celery on there. I mean, I could maybe get one drip if I squeeze super hard. So it's like it's pretty much dry. So we've gotten like most of the nutrition out. Now you could take and run this pulp back through the machine again, but to me that just kind of makes an excess mess, and it'll stain your hands like nice pigmented colors, and you're not going to get much more juice. So actually, I don't necessarily recommend that unless you really don't have a lot of money and want to get every last bit out. So normally I like to juice a lot of carrots because traditionally you can get organic carrots at Costco for about 60 to 70 cents a pound, depending on where you live. And then I'll add a bunch of organic beets, and then just some pineapple, and of course my ginger and my turmeric. So as you guys can see, this is going pretty quick here. We've probably got at least, we can probably up to about 300 milliliters of juice right now. And I think we'll probably fill up this little picture for you guys. Now I want to encourage you guys, right, when you guys go to buy your produce, the produce you select in the store can mean the difference between, having more or less health, right? So for example, I mean, if you go to the store, you guys can find orange carrots, which are pretty well known, right? If you could find white carrots or yellow carrots or even red carrots sometimes, right? Those are also quite nutritious. And I encourage you guys to eat the rainbow, eat a variety of fruits and vegetables of all different colors. But here's a trick. If you can find the carrots that are purple, the purple carrots are at least 10 times or maybe even 20 times more nutritious than the orange ones, right? So actually I got to come down to Southern California. Usually I get my purple carrots at the Hollywood Farmers Market, and I'll basically buy like 30 pounds at once, and basically they'll store in my fridge easily, kept at 34 degrees for a month without problem. So now when I'm juicing purple carrots, I get purple carrot juice, which is actually the rich, deep anthocyanin pigments that in studies show, have helped, in animals, which I don't agree with animal testing, when they've had, blood sugar issues, weight issues, inflammatory issues, like the anthocyanin rich carrot juice, squelch those issues for them, despite eating like junk food diets. Now, I'm not telling you guys that so you guys can eat a junk food diet like all the products here and drink purple carrot juice and be all right. I want you guys to exclude all the junk food and then just drink the purple carrot juice to take your guys' health to the next level. And and without a juicer, really, we're not super efficient at chewing carrots and getting the nutrition out. I mean, literally, the juicer is my digestive system, right? If we eat the carrots in, right, out, we have two things coming out of us. Carrots go in, out the front of us, we have the liquid, hopefully it's coming out pretty clear. That means you're getting the nutrition out and it's staying in your body. And then out the back of us, then we got the fiber. So in the juicer, the liquid comes out the bottom, but it's really rich, pigmented. It has all the nutrient in there and the fibers here. Now I know you guys might be thinking, you're like, John, we need fiber. Fiber is essential for health. And I'm not going to disagree with you guys on that. You know, I eat plenty of fiber in my fruit and vegetable dominated diet. You know, times when I'm not juicing, but even when I'm juicing, you are getting some of the fiber. So, you know, the two common types of fiber, there's many different kinds of fiber out there. There's soluble and insoluble fiber, right? What does soluble mean? Soluble means it dissolves in water. So we're dissolving all the fiber in the juice here that's in, say, this carrot. And for example, carrots, they're approximately 48% to 52% soluble and insoluble fiber. So even if we're juicing carrots, we're getting almost half the fiber in the juice. And of course, you know, I don't recommend necessarily going on extended length juice fasts for super long periods of time because we do need fiber. It does do stuff for us. But I like to drink the juice because it makes it easy for my body to absorb and digest. I've heard statistics that say if you drink a juice, all the nutrition basically goes with is absorbed within 15 minutes. And you know that's simply not going to happen, you know, if you eat carrots. Now the other thing I've heard is that, you know, hey John, we should cook carrots because you get more beta carotene if we cook them than if you eat them raw. So I would agree with that. That's completely true. But there's another study that says that if you actually juice carrots, you're going to get more beta carotene than if you cook them. And the reason for that is when you cook things, yes, you blow open cell walls, but at the same time, the heat is also damaging phytonutrients and phytochemicals in the carrots. Whereas now when I'm juicing it with the Green Star Pro, probably the best juicer to blow open the cell walls and get all those nutrients out, I put them into the juice. I'm not doing it with any heat. So now I'm going to have more nutrients, you know, that now I can easily absorb and digest from the juice that I've just created in the Trivest Green Star Pro. And as you guys can see, as I'm talking and yakking, you know, I basically have the whole pitcher of juice here made in no time. Now for me, you know, this pitcher of juice would be my meal substitute. You know, I don't like to eat breakfast. I normally just would drink juice. First it'd be celery and then it'd be a juice like this that all you guys get to enjoy today. I think that's pretty much it. So, you know, if you guys are looking to buy an entry-level juicer, you're not sure about living a juicing lifestyle for the rest of your life, then I think that's where really the shine comes in. Super simple, super easy to clean. I like this machine because it's super easy to clean. There's like one part, and then you have a few more parts, like 4 parts to clean. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4 parts to clean on the shine. Super simple, super easy. The Green Star Pro, you know, that's definitely for the more lifestyle conscious person that wants to be a juicer for life, which is what I recommend everybody out there here in the audience today and actually watching this on YouTube for you guys, because, you know, juicing is probably one of the single most thing you can do in your life to increase your health more than anything else, more than buying any kind of health food products in a package, is create your own health food products in your home with the Trivest products. So thank you guys for watching today, and hope you guys gained you know, knowledge from my presentation. I want to also encourage you guys, if you guys are here, to fill out your name on this little tablet here. They will be given a shine juicer way every single day of this event. And finally, I'll hang out here for questions if you have any questions for me about juicing or gardening or anything else that I teach. So thank you.